Cool. So we're back on part 2 call. We got a packed house there. I guess people went out there and found more people to get on this call. Everyone wants to see what's going on. So let me go ahead and mute the lines here. Cool. Awesome. And for the group that raised their hand that I called on the first call, go ahead and press *6 so that I can add you to the queue, because I'm going to be calling on you, and we're going to kind of tally up to see how that session went and see how we scored as a group. Okay. So let's go ahead and start this. Okay. So phone number ending in 8888. I just unmuted you. Go ahead and say your name, where you're calling from, and we'll start this.
Hi, Ryan. This is Linda in Dallas, Texas.
Linda.
And I went out and made some calls. I made 21 calls in that length of time, which I thought was really good for me. 11 of the calls that I made were non-working numbers.
Okay.
So I was sort of disappointed there. But I did get 6 that I left the message for to the voicemail messages for them to call me back. I got one number that was a working number, but they didn't have their voicemail set up, so I couldn't leave a message. And then I had 2 that just rang and rang and rang and never gave me the opportunity to leave a message. So I'll made a note of that, and I'll call those back. But while I was calling, I did have one person return my call that I had left a message for, and they were not interested in hearing what I had to say.
Okay, cool. That's good. Linda, you picked up the phone, you made some calls, you went through the numbers. A lot of times, people, doing this for the first time, a lot of times they're like, oh man, I'm getting disconnected numbers, and I'm getting, some people interested, some people not. And what you learn in the process, it is a numbers game, and we need to go ahead and do that. But if you look at this, we took 30 minutes to make calls, and there's some activity that's happening. You left 6 voice messages. Some people may call you back from that. And at the end of the day, if you can attract 1 or 2, or even 3 people that can get into your pipeline that are open to looking at your business, okay, and you can teach people on your team to do that, you can build a huge business. Plus, with the funnel that we have with MLM Recruit On Demand, for the people that are involved in businesses already that may not necessarily be open, we have a way to capture those people as well. So, good job, Linda. Pay attention to the script back there and, continue to do that. Great. Awesome. So the next person here I'm going to jump to is Peter. I just opened up your line. So I guess you're calling from Massachusetts, right, Peter?
Yep, I'm calling from Massachusetts.
Cool. Which version did you use, normal or scared to death?
Normal.
Normal. Awesome. And how many people did you speak to in that session?
13 people.
You spoke to 13 people?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I called 13 people.
You called 13 people. How many people did you speak to?
I spoke to 4.
4? Okay. And how many voice messages you left?
5.
Okay. Cool. You want to share some comments about anything that stood out for you, people you talked to, or anything?
Well, it was interesting. I liked it. It was a little frustrating to get wrong numbers and people, who didn't want to talk to me. I'm used to kind of networking a bit, so I generally don't call people who are a little. There was one woman who just said, "I'm not interested," and hung up, and that was a little hard because I don't usually talk to people who do that. But it was really good, and I'm kind of anxious to get level 3 so I can have people calling me. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing that with you. But it was good, and I did have a nice conversation. One thing I modified your script a little bit, and I said, I'm Peter Simmons, and I'm calling you because I came across a website that said you had worked with whatever, and are you still with them? And I think that kind of opened it up a little bit and for the people who called me because they said, no, I'm not, or I wasn't, or, my
Cool.
girlfriend was, and then I was able to have a conversation and say, are you open to looking at something new? And in both cases,
Right.
they said no, but it was still good.
Cool, awesome. Well, thanks, Peter, for sharing. A couple comments on my side. So far we have 2 people. We're at 18%. Okay. If you notice the theme there, a little frustration. Oh, I got to go through some disconnects or some non-interested people or whatnot. That is very, very normal. Okay, and it's part of the numbers game. But again, you spoke to 4 people in a space of 30 minutes, and if you take more time and you do this activity, and you can attract 1 or 2, interested people every single day basically on demand. Okay, you can grow a huge business doing that. So that's one of the things that I want to make sure that everybody is seeing. So cool. Thanks for sharing, Peter. And the next guy is 8275. I just opened up your lines.
Hi, Ryan. Yes, my name is Matisha, and I'm calling from South Carolina. I was able to do 5 calls. The reason being, my children came home from school. However, the 5 calls that I made, I was able to speak with one person, but then they hang up on me. The second person that I got a voicemail for one person, and then there was 4 that I left voicemail for. I'm sorry, but the one person that I was able to speak to, they hang up on me. So
okay, cool.
The number, the other 4, they were actually the person's number, so I was able to leave voicemails, and I'm hoping that they'll call me back.
Cool. Well, awesome. Thank you for sharing there. Okay, and if you notice a couple of things there, she was excited to make a call, but then something happened, some life happened. Kids came home or whatever the case may be, and she was she still made an attempt and made a few phone calls. So one of the cool things about once you master this here is you can get to control your own lifestyle, because if you got a 15-minute break and you can make a few phone calls, you can do that, and you do this around your lifestyle. There's a lot of activities that you really don't have as much control with. Some people, I've heard people saying, hey, I'm going to go to the mall and prospect people. And I just never really got that. There's so many circumstances out of your control, like how are you going to run into people predictably, and all the lag time that's involved in going to the mall to prospect people. I don't get that. While with what we teach here, if you got 15 minutes to spare, you can make some phone calls real quick, leave some voice messages, and be on with your day. If you have 15 minutes to spare and you got to go to the mall, probably not going to happen, and by the time you get to the mall, your time's up. Okay, so next person we got here is ending in 3140. Your line is open up. Name and where you calling from?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, I did 7 calls.
What's your name? What's your name?
Lynn Golden.
Lynn Golden. Okay, gotcha. So we're at say 36%. Lynn, did you do normal or scared to death version?
Normal.
Normal. Okay, cool. And how many, people you spoke to, or how many calls you made, if you were keeping track?
I made 7 calls. My first
calls.
one was a wrong number.
Okay.
Then I had 3 that I left a message.
Okay.
Then I had 1, the gentleman finally called. That was funny because that was the 4th time me trying.
Okay.
He said he wasn't interested in the business I was doing nor the system, but he told me to get back with him later, so I put him on a follow-up.
Okay.
And then the last one, I had 2 more that was left messages. And then the last one, she was interested in both. So I'm going to...
Oh, look at that. So you got somebody that's into the pipeline and looking at your business, getting exposed to that, learning about the system as well, and you're building a relationship. Good, awesome. Good. And any comments you want to add to that, or you good?
No, it's a great system.
Awesome. Cool. Good job. Good job. All right. Phone number ending in 2149. Your line is open up.
Hi, this is Kimberly Atwangi, Pittsburgh.
Kimberly, how you doing? So now we're at 45%. Okay. Well, Kimberly, I'm going to answer. You went normal, right?
I went we're normal.
Cool. How many people you spoke to?
I spoke to 2.
2 people, okay.
And I did 12 voicemails.
12 voicemails.
And probably about 30 dials.
And about 30 dials, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Any comments?
Comments? Oh, my God. I love this system. You know, I posted out on Facebook because I love this. I wish you would do this every day. I'm actually looking to get my team doing something like this. But I posted it on Facebook. I said, lead poverty. I said lead abundance. I'm sitting here doing the dial-a-thon. Do you have lead poverty?
Oh, that's cool. That's classic, you know. And you know what? You can model this and do this for your team. This is not a hard call to put together. You can have fun with it and how people do this. So that's, you know, my goal is that you guys will take this and apply it into your world as well. And, yeah, you know, we're thinking about making this a part of the normal cycle to kind of do calls like this to help people, you know, grow. So, and we may do some rotation. I may have you host the call, Kimberly.
I'll do it. I'm looking for something that, you know, to add me into and interject me into. So sometimes when you do large numbers team building, people shy away from you because they think you're a superhero. So I would love to help those that, you know, want to be helped.
Cool, and that's how we learn, you know. So thank you for sharing so much, Kimberly. Cool. All right. So I'm looking for Gordon. I'm looking for Al, Lawrence, Patricia. You guys got to press *6. Okay. Melissa. Okay. Go ahead and press *6 if you're out there, because right now we have 45%, and I would hate to be stuck at 45%. Okay. So 0240, you are live. Who's this?
It's Gordon.
Gordon, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Good. Did you do normal or scared to death?
Normal.
Normal. Okay. How many people you spoke to?
Okay, we got 7 calls. First one, nobody spoke English, it's Spanish people.
Okay.
Next one was not interested. Next one, voicemail. Next one wanted more information about the business and MLM Recruit. Next one, not interested. Next one was interested. And so I sent them both information on the business and MLM recruiting.
Wow, that's awesome, man. So you got
one voicemail.
Okay, so you had 2 people interested in your business and 1 interested in both?
Right.
Man, that's an amazing 7 calls you had.
8 calls.
8 calls. I need you to do the calls. I have never had that much success in 7 calls.
Send me another 1 million leads in, all people that want to be in the business, okay?
There you go. You know, and well, in fact, before I share my comments, any comments you want to say about that exercise?
No, it's a good exercise doing it like this. I think you come onto something good because it gives us all an opportunity to hear what others are doing. And I like that last lady that mentioned lead abundance or lead poverty.
Yep.
You know, one or the other.
Cool. Well, Gordon, thanks for sharing.
So if you use that lead abundance or lead poverty in the headline, that scores 80%. It's a good one.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right. We're waiting for, so now we're at 54%, waiting for Al, Linda in Texas, Lawrence, Patricia, and then I think Melissa in South Carolina. Or did I get that one? I'm not sure. Can't remember. Okay, so you *6 if you're on the line so we can get your comments on that. Okay, here's my comments too as well. If you notice with Gordon, seemed like he hit a batch of everything just went right. He made, I think he said he made a total of 7 calls. He spoke to 3 people, 2 interested in his business, and 1 interested in taking a look at his business and the MLM Recruit On Demand system. Okay, that's, that's not normal all the time. You know, sometimes you hit a batch and things are going real smooth, and then sometimes you hit a batch and all you're getting is disconnected phone numbers. That's part of the process. But if you go through those processes, then you hit the batches that everything goes smooth. We all want the great smooth batches, but we got to play through the numbers, and that's what, it's all about. So that's what I'm hoping that you see here. It is a numbers game. Okay. Anybody else here? Okay, I don't have my group that should be jumping back on. So if you took us up on the exercise and you want to share any comments, even if you were not part of that group that raised their hand, you can press *6 and you can be added to this call here to share some comments on that exercise. Okay, and again, I'm going to call out for Al, I guess it's Al Berry, Linda in Texas. I can't remember if I got you, Linda, or not. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? I did get you. So we are at a different level. Hold on. Let me update my my sheet here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that means we're 54%. Okay, and there we go, ending in 3052. You're on the line. Name?
Hello, Ryan. This is Gwen Pleasure from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And I heard about this. I didn't check my email because I had a therapy appointment, but my business partner called me. I was getting ready to make calls anyway with MLM Recruit On Demand. I really love this system. I've been at it for maybe about 8 months. I've signed up 3, 4 people, and they like it. And I just want to say I didn't didn't know that what was actually going on with what you're doing today, but he told me to go ahead and make some calls. I made about 5 calls. 2 of them was a wrong number, and I left 3 voice messages. I didn't have a chance to actually speak to anyone, but I did like one of the other gentlemen. I had to kind of critique the script to fit me, but I used a lot of your words because I tried using your script for a very long time, and I felt myself like didn't feel comfortable, and I didn't want to sound like I was reading it.
Right.
So, but I really, really like this the system, the great system, and I've been promoting it on another business that I do.
Awesome.
I promote it on with a text ad often.
Okay.
So I want others to know about it.
Cool. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing. And a couple comments, and actually I meant to say this, I think, for Peter as well. She said she critiqued the script a little bit. That's okay. You can adjust it to your words, okay, and you don't want to sound like you're reading. Okay, a comment that I forgot to share, I think it was for Peter, about in the call he changed the script up a little bit to say, hey, it looks like you were once with this company in the past or whatnot. My take on that is I personally don't like to say that, okay, because we really don't know how long ago they were in that particular company. And in some cases, it can actually hurt your conversation, because if it's a company that they were involved with 5 years ago, and then they might be like, well, I don't even remember that company, or, I don't even, it just seems like a real disconnect. So I really don't like to mention, hey, it looks like you were involved with this company in the past. I like to just say, hey, I'm looking to expand my business. I'm in network marketing, and I believe that you have been involved at some point in the past. That covers everything. And then I wanted to touch base with you to see if you might be open to taking a look at any good opportunities. That really covers it nicely, and we've tested all different ways. So that's the only thing I would caution you on, if it's Peter, I believe it is, to be careful at. So try sticking with what we have there, and if you want to tweak it a little bit, you can, but stay with the formula. All right, so that's my talk there. 3604, your line is open. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 3604.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. Who's this?
Hey, it's Dan from Conneaut, Ohio. How are you, Ryan?
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, I went ahead and did it. I kind of jumped in the last minute. And I got a lot of no answers for some reason today. You know how you just roll with that. And I got a couple voicemails. That's about it. And, you know, just as a quick thing, if anyone's ever read The Magic of Thinking Big by Schwartz, I recommend you read it. But what he says is that what cures fear is action. So that first dial is the most terrifying, but after you do it, every day, after you do it, you know, the action cures that fear.
I love that quote there. I'm writing it down. What cures fear is action.
And I have a real quick question too, Ryan.
Sure.
If the name is unpronounceable, or if it's a business name, I guess it's a two-part question. Do you try to pronounce the name, and if not, how do you address it? Do you just not address a name?
You know, if the name is unpronounceable or it's a business name and it's not there, you know, sometimes I just skip over it, to be honest with you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, go to the next one. You know, with MLM Recruit On Demand, you'll never be out of leads. If you're calling leads and you're putting notes in there, once you're done, you put in a support ticket requesting more leads. They're going to check to see that you got notes in there. They'll give you another batch of 100, and they'll do that forever. So,
all right, buddy. I'll be joining P3 soon. I've just been real busy and everything around here, but I'll probably be jumping on next couple weeks.
Cool, man. I'm glad you're getting
good
results out of everything. Thanks for your comments.
All right.
Okay, caller ending in 7115. You are live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ryan. This is Justina from North Carolina. I've had the MLMROD system for a few months, and it is really fantastic. I use it, make calls just about every day if I can. I don't have any interruptions. Did you catch the name of that book the gentleman just mentioned?
I think it was the Magic of Thinking Big. Dan, if you want to jump back on and share that, you know, with us, you can. I think it was the Magic of Thinking Big.
Okay, that's okay. I'll just Google it. But Ryan, what you're doing is just fantastic. This is really going to be a tremendous help. And again, the system is just. I think the first week that I was in, I was able to recruit two people.
Oh wow, really?
Yes, and then I had recruited 2 people to sign up for the MLMROD system. So it really is a very good system. I like it. You could just make notes of who you spoke with, and you could just click on the Facebook icon so you'll know. What has helped me when I first started, Ryan, is I'd click on the Facebook icon to see if they were on Facebook, and then I would leave their picture up on the screen while I was talking.
Oh, I do that too. And
yes,
you feel like you're talking to a real person, you know?
It really gives you a whole different posture.
I love that. I really love that because I'm a real relationship kind of guy. If you haven't heard on. And you know, even though I work over the phone and I do a lot of stuff remotely, I just love kind of seeing someone's profile and, you know, seeing what they're about. No, that's really cool. So how long have you been using the system now, Justina?
I'd say it's going on about 2 months. About 2 months.
And in your first week, you recruited 2 people into your business?
Right. And then the second week I recruited, I think the second or third week I recruited 2 people into the MLMROD. And I have several people on the burner right now.
Wow, that's really, really cool. I'm going to put you on the spot here and role play with you. So I want to hear how you deliver your 30-second pitch. So if you called me, and I'm going to pretend I answer the phone, and you're making that call, can I do that with you?
You can, but I pretty much play it by...
Let's role play. If you're going to accept it, great. You're going to accept my little scenario here?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to answer the phone. Ring, ring. I'm answering the phone. Hi, this is Ryan.
Hello, Ryan. How you doing today?
I'm good. Who's this?
We don't know each other, but my name is Justina, and I live in North Carolina. And I see that you are in Business X, and I I'm pretending that I'm looking at the Facebook page, and I can see what business they're in.
Okay.
And also the information that's on MLMROD, which helps me to warm up to the person. And so I'll just say, I see that you're in, let's just say, the prescription drug card business, and how's that doing for you? And, usually they'll just come back and say, oh, so. And then
it's going okay for me. It's all right.
Okay. Well, how would you like to have 3 to 4 sign-ups a week?
If that's real, yeah.
It is for real. Can I send you a link to take a look at?
We can do that, yeah.
Okay, the email address that I have for you is xyz@gmail.com. Is that the correct email for you?
That's a good one for me, so, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'll send you an email, and in the subject line, it's going to say, Ryan, this is from Justina, so you'll know it's from me, and it's not any kind of spam. And then I will follow up with you. How does this evening sound to you, like around 6 o'clock?
I'm putting the kids to bed around that time, so if you can call me back like 7:30, that's fine.
Okay, I'm putting you on my calendar right now, Ryan, and I'll give you a jingle around 7:30.
Cool.
Okay, it was a pleasure chatting with you, Ryan.
Likewise, cool. Awesome, cool. Just, great job there, by the way. And for the people that's listening, notice what she did there. She kind of adapted, what we teach to her style and her language, and you can tell she doesn't have to read a script anymore. And, this wasn't prepared. I just put her on the spot like that, so, great, awesome. It's no wonder that you're doing well. So if you take the time to make these calls every single day, you too will end up developing a posture and a delivery that feels natural for you and seems conversational, and it's attractive when you're able to do that. Cool. Any final comments from you, Justina?
No, I just want to tell you, my hat's off to you. You have a fantastic program.
Cool, thank you. Okay, what's it, 3604, opening and back up the lines. Is that Dan? 3604.
Hey, Ryan, it's Dan again. You asked me to chime in. Yeah, that book is by a guy named Schwartz. It is called The Magic of Thinking Big.
The Magic of Thinking Big. So, Justina, The Magic of Thinking Big. Thanks a lot, Dan.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. I'm going to wrap up the call here real shortly here. 9518, you are live. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 9518.
Hi, Ryan. Larry Kurtz, North Carolina.
Larry.
I had a quick question. Something came up while I was listening. I did make some calls, and one of my calls went into a voicemail that the voicemail box was full. I left a callback number, and I also happened to check that they were on Facebook. My question is, because I couldn't leave a message either way, and I did leave a callback number, would you or have you looked at using Facebook to make that contact, where you can send them a message via Facebook?
I don't do that, and I don't really teach that, per se. Again, you got unlimited leads, so if the number's bad or the phone number's slow, just skip it, go to the next one. And the reason why I like, for the first initial contact, I believe the phone is very important. Okay, and a lot of times people say, oh, can we do this without using the phone and whatnot? And we get a lot of that. And it's not that I'm against using email or other tools. I mean, as a member, most of the communication you get from us is through email and video. Okay, so I'm not against those things. I'm just saying that first initial contact, I think the phone is important because it kind of sets the stage. It sets the stage in that, getting permission. It sets the stage. It sets you apart. There's other people that teach out there that you can, post on Facebook, or you can, reach out and start the conversation through Facebook and whatnot. And, those things work, and I know a lot of people do that as well. But for what we teach, I like, starting the conversation over the phone first, and then you can. Make sense?
Very, very well. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Anybody else want to share anything? Star 6 before we kind of wrap up this call, and we'll probably do more calls like this. I think this is a good format. So if you like this, you can email us or send us a ticket just saying, hey, this was good, or what you got from this, or anything like that. We're going to also, the recording of this will be put in the back office. We have a few other calls that we did where we'll be putting those two, back there. So if you want to, if you think this was helpful and your team can get something out of this, you'll be able to share that with them. All right, 4755, you are live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Ryan. Can you hear me? This is Demetrius in Palm Bay. We're up the road from you.
Cool. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, look, I've had the system since June, but I never used it, and I'm really glad you invited me on this call today because I didn't make a lot of calls. I made about 5. Kept a little note here. One was disconnected, one declined the call, 2 were callbacks, left messages, and the last one was kind of funny. The guy said, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I said to him, and we got talking, and he was in Israel. I mean, he's an American citizen, but he's Israeli too. Wow. And he liked my business opportunity that I gave him, and he says, send me some information. The guy was really friendly. I loved it. But I do like your system, and I'm learning how to use it better, and looking forward to more opportunities with you. And thank you very much, Ryan.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And, there's a couple things I noticed there. There's sometimes a lot of people that come in and never really log into the back office or anything. We see the stats. So I'm like, I scratch my head. And that's okay. You can start, you can make today the first day you're getting involved in building your business and taking a step to make some activity happen. Perfect example. I hope I don't butcher your name, Demetrius. Made 5 calls, and did get one person that seemed that they connected there, and that if you could do that every single day and your team can do that, you can grow a huge business, okay? And it's about making that first call, okay? So cool. Thank you. Last comment, and we'll wrap the call up so that people can make some more calls. 1665, you are live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ryan, this is Gary Best calling from North Carolina.
Gary.
All right. I've had the system for a while, and it works very, very well because I deal with a lot of people, and I'm getting it geared up to use it for the holiday season to start my run for the holidays, breaking into the fall. But let me ask one question. Would you recommend, or would it be okay, that if I call a person and I get that voicemail to actually leave them an email and then tell them that I left them an email and I'll call them back?
So let me make sure I got this question right. You want to know if you get somebody's voicemail?
Right.
Is it okay to leave them a voice message but also send them an email that you left them a voice message?
Right.
I say I don't think it's necessary. I think the voicemail is enough. Okay. For one, we don't know that we have the best email address for them. That email address could be outdated. A lot of people, change email addresses as they changed. If they change from one company to the next, they may change their email address. So I think after you connect with them, and you get their good email address, and if you're doing some follow-up and you left them a voice message, then fine, you can do that. But initially, I wouldn't do that. And
okay.
There's a couple things that this is my last comment on everything. There's a cool psychology that's happening through this process as well. One is, and I'm going to disconnect you unless you have any other comments so that I don't get a background sound. One is we're looking for self-motivated people to build our business with. Okay, we're looking for good quality people that we can build a business with. And what I found about self-motivated people, they don't like to miss opportunities in their life. So, and they typically check their voicemails, and they're always making sure they don't miss any opportunities. So if you left a voice message, like the one that we teach, just saying, hey, this is, John, or this is whatever your name is, and I came across one of your sites and I got a quick question. When you get a chance, give me a call back. My number is blah, 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 blah. If you left that voice message, typically a self-motivated person will call you back, even if it's a week later, okay? Because they don't want to miss any opportunities in their life. So it actually does create a little bit of a pre-qualification, meaning that it's a higher quality of person that will call you back. Okay, somebody that, for lack of a better description, sitting on the couch watching Jerry Springer, okay, and not really doing much in their life, they may not return that call. They may, if they were inactive, they're not really in business anymore, or they tried some kind of networking thing and then they dropped out and they never did anything again. They get that voice message, they probably think, I guess that's the wrong phone number, and they'll hit delete. Or they may not even check their voice messages. I know some people that if I leave them a voice message, they'll never call me back because they don't look at voice messages. They may look at texts or something else. Okay, so that's one of the advantages of kind of leaving voice messages. You get a higher quality person returning that call, and gives you one edge. It doesn't mean that they are the best prospect in the world, but it gives you a little bit extra edge. Make sense? All right, last comment. I know I said the last one was the last comment, but this is the last one. 0488. You are live. Your name and where you're calling from.
Brian, this is Cass. Now, walk. When someone fills out the opt-in form, is the telephone number required? Because I got several people that did not have phone numbers.
Cool. Very good question. There are several lead capture pages to choose from in the back office. So the same place where you would get your capture page link in the back office at the top, right below it has a link for other capture pages. And you'll see there's a list of capture pages. Some have phone version and some don't. And it's really up to you to decide which page you want to promote. We have people that do certain types of advertisement that, putting the phone numbers kind of gives them less conversion. And then there's other people that may be marketing to their team or have a little bit more relationship of where they're putting their links out there, and getting a phone number is not a big deal. So that's kind of up to you.
Okay, but the ones that do have a phone number in it, they have to put a phone number in or else they don't proceed, right?
Yes, correct.
So it's a required field.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
That's all I needed.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, guys, this has been fun. I hope you got some good value out of this approach. And, we'll be putting up the recording, part 1 and part 2 of this call. And, I kind of encourage everybody to just go back there and, go into your contact manager, go through the script, go through the training vault. There's live examples of the calls and how to use it. This is not very complicated, very, very simple. Okay, and start making some calls. Before the day is over, make 10, 15 calls. As you can see from all the people that we spoke to here, people made a few calls, make some connections. Okay, and it's not that painful. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will catch you on another video or another conference call. All right, be blessed.